Welcome to Neural Abyss, everyone. The show where we like to go on these deep dives into the fascinating stories behind the symbols that, that shape our world.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're diving into something that's, I think, pretty universally interesting.
Yeah.
Politics.
Yes.
And imagery.
Absolutely.
And specifically, we're looking at two of the most recognizable mascots in the American political system, maybe in the world.
I mean, maybe, yeah.
Donkey and the elephant.
Two animals you would not think go together.
No,
But
not at all.
there you are.
And we're not just talking about them abstractly, right?
Yeah.
We're looking at a very specific image
Yeah.
that you shared with me.
Yeah, it's a great image, actually, to kick off this conversation, because it's not just any old donkey and elephant facing off. It's a lot more going
It's
on.
not nuanced.
Yeah, so, picture this, right? It's late afternoon, sun setting, kind of that golden hour lighting, right?
Beautiful.
Over this peaceful field, like a farm field almost.
Yep. And there they are. A blue donkey,
Okay.
mid-stride, almost playful, I don't know, kind of prancing.
An elephant.
And then this red elephant, just firmly planted, just looking straight ahead.
Interesting.
But then, to add another layer here, in the background, the U.S. Capitol building,
Oh, wow.
in that same golden light.
So you've got the Capitol building, this very, stately, kind of serious building.
Right, right.
And then you have these almost cartoonish figures of the donkey and the elephant.
Right.
And it's interesting, you pick up on the color, right? The blue donkey,
Yeah.
the red elephant, instantly recognizable.
Yeah, those are the colors.
U.S. political parties, right?
Absolutely.
Donkey, Democrats, elephant, Republicans.
Yeah.
But it's not an in-your-face political cartoon.
No.
There's a serenity to it, almost you use the word idyllic.
Right, right.
It's kind of a strange juxtaposition, right?
It is. And it really makes you think about okay, what is the message here? Because it's not like super clear cut.
Right.
Are they trying to say something about harmony because they're coexisting in this field?
Right.
Or is it more about they're about to have a confrontation?
Right. Yeah. I mean, they're facing each other, but they're not,
Right.
charging at each other or anything.
Right. Exactly. There's a weird tension there. And I think that's what's so effective about the image is that it's not just here are the two.
And that's the power of symbols, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just a donkey and an elephant.
They can be interpreted in so many different ways, and everyone brings their own baggage to these symbols, their own understanding, which is why I think this image is so brilliant.
Right. Right.
And speaking of baggage, let's talk about how these animals became so deeply, entrenched
Oh, yeah.
in the American, political psyche.
How did we get a donkey and an elephant? It seems so arbitrary.
It does seem arbitrary, doesn't it? But it goes back. It goes way back to
Yeah.
the 19th century with this cartoonist, Thomas Nast.
Oh, yeah, Thomas Nast. And he
Big
was
deal cartoons, right?
big deal back then.
Yeah, yeah.
Harper's Weekly, very influential.
Yeah, his stuff, everybody saw it. So, if he put something out there, it really did kind of
Defined, yeah.
define
How people saw things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was Nast,
Which kind of amazing.
literally, who first used the donkey to represent the Democrats and the Republicans.
And it stuck.
It stuck. I mean, obviously, the political landscape was vastly different back then.
Right.
Different issues, different
World.
world.
Yeah.
But these symbols, they resonated for some reason.
They really did. But then that makes me wonder, looking at this image today, because obviously he was doing this in the 19th century.
Right.
This image is made, much more recently.
Right.
These symbols come with a lot of baggage.
They do.
So, for example, the donkey, right? Is that supposed to be stubbornness? Or is it more a workhorse, kind of like the working class? Right. The Democratic Party often aligning themselves with the working man.
Right, exactly. But then the elephant, is that supposed to be strength? Or is that supposed to be slow to change? Because
oh, interesting, right?
elephants are big, they're powerful.
Right.
But, they're not exactly known for their speed.
Or being agile.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
So how much of this is actually rooted in what Nast was going for in the 19th century?
Right.
And how much of it is just over a century of political back and forth has kind of...
It's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
Right. Because, I'm sure Nast had his intentions, but these symbols have taken on a life of their own, right? They've evolved.
They really have.
Over time.
It's they're almost their own entities at this point.
Right. In ways that Nast probably never could have imagined. And I think that's part of what's so fascinating about looking at an image like this today.
Yeah, it makes you think, like, do these symbols, because I think they are instantly recognizable, do they actually help us understand these very complex political parties?
Right.
Or are they just, like, are they too simple? Are they just reinforcing stereotypes?
Right, because each party is incredibly diverse
Yeah.
within
It's
itself.
not monolithic.
Yeah, tons of different viewpoints.
And I mean, this is something I think about a lot, but like, is it actually contributing to that kind of like us versus them mentality that we see so much, especially today in politics?
Which is arguably why this image is so clever.
Right, right,
Right, because it's not as simple as, one is good, one is bad.
right,
They're coexisting in this kind of, peaceful setting.
right. And I think that's what makes the image so powerful, because it's forcing you to confront those assumptions.
It is.
You're forced to confront the baggage that you're bringing to it.
And it is a visual representation
Yeah.
of the enduring power of symbols and their ability to shape how we see the world, especially, I think, the world of politics, because it's so
Well, it's already so symbolic.
it's so easily, you can put it on a bumper sticker, you can put it on a hat.
Exactly.
It's those symbols are so powerful.
And we don't always, I don't think, interrogate those symbols enough. And I think that's what I find so interesting about this image, is that it's forcing us to do that.
Absolutely.
So for anyone listening, I think a really interesting exercise would be to actually like look at the image.
Okay.
We'll link it in the show notes
Yeah, we'll make sure it's there.
so you can actually see it.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing a lot of describing here.
Yeah, you are.
But what do you see? Do you see these symbols as like outdated, like they should be relics of the past? Or do you think they still hold weight today?
Right, right. Are they these enduring representations? Can they evolve? Or should we just be done with them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. And I think that's something worth thinking about. So
It's definitely.
if you're interested in that, I don't know, go look at the image. Tell us what you think. We'd love to know.
Always interested.
But for now, I think we're gonna end our deep dive there.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us here in the Neural Abyss.
Always a pleasure to go on these journeys with you.
I always learn something.
Me too, me too. And if you enjoyed exploring this topic with us, don't forget to subscribe to Neural Abyss on Substack or YouTube for more deep dives just like this one.
And as always, thanks for listening.